Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your July 2025 reading. I'm Corinne from Sacred Star Tarot. Thanks for coming back if you're a regular, and if you're new here, welcome, and I'm so glad you're here for your reading. So let's have a look at your July. Now, of course, we're in Cancer season, so this is the time where self-care, self-nurturing, family is the priority or a focus for the month. Of course, being a water sign, it's all about our emotions, and we might be feeling our emotions. Then on the 10th of the month, we have the full moon in Capricorn, and that's going to reveal and bring up issues around your ambitions, what you want to create, your drive, your work ethic. And then by the end of the month, we'll be in Leo season, and all of that introspective energy will then be wanting to be put out into the world. So having a new lease on life, wanting to go out more, maybe wanting to make some bold moves. And we have the new moon, of course, in Leo on the 22nd. So it's going to be a very, quite a big shift actually this month. But let's look more closely at what's going to be happening for you, Taurus. And I've meditated on your energy, and the front and center, or your theme for the month, is the Six of Swords. And this is about moving on from a mindset. The swords are mindsets, the ways that we're thinking. Now, for some of you, it can be a physical move too, because it can involve moving, career, relationships in any area. But mostly the Six of Swords is to do with the way that we're thinking. She's leaving, taking her wisdom from her experiences, but she's moving on to calmer shores. And I can see what's drawing my attention is the turbulence in the water. And I think this has taken place because coming into the month, Taurus, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. And this is telling me that you've been really, there's been something that's caused you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, fears, worries. It can be the nightmares that we're experiencing. And coming into the month, I think you've seen that. You've come to understand that you're in a lot of stress, that the mind, you're in fear. Maybe it's fear of the future, worries that are coming up, but you're wanting to change it. And I can see you're doing that because mid-month, the six is you're moving on from that mental conflict or the fear. And we'll find out a little bit more of how you're doing it. But there's a bit of a key here, because by the end of the month, by Leo season, you have the Two of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. Now, they are both cards of balance. So finding balance and harmony, and the Pentacles are your health, your well-being, how you're managing your daily tasks. The Six of Pentacles is the fairness and equality in your relationships. And so the progression from being stuck in your head in fears, anxieties, deciding to let go of those thoughts and to move on, and maybe there'll be decisions involved in that process. Then by the end of the month, being in a lot more balance and harmony, right in the Pentacles, which of course is your energy. Finding your balance, finding your peace, finding how to balance your life that keeps you in a state of health, well-being, high frequency. And when we look at your conscious mind, so how your conscious mind is going to be thinking and feeling for the month, the focus is on justice. And this is so positive, Taurus, because when you've come into the month with the Nine of Swords in reverse, I think you're finding where your mind is out of balance. The Justice in the conscious mind is neutrality, and that can be the key to peace, because if we have balance, equality, and fairness, we're not acting out of our own fears, judgments, reactions. And it's showing me that your mind is going to be very balanced, very clear, looking at your life with equanimity and neutrality, which is great, because then you can see things in truth and how they really are. So your mind's going to be very decisive, very clear, and that could be to do with your relationships, work, any area of life. And then in your subconscious mind, you have the Page of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. And this is telling me that there's a new inspiration, there's something that you're working on, that you're passionate about, that you want to master, and that's really a priority subconsciously, working towards something that you will master, a creative project. But we can see these, there's 3 cards in your reading about finding balance, which is because the Justice is a major arcana, it's a big spiritual understanding that you're receiving. Okay, so let's clarify your reading. So can we please see what will be helping or hindering Taurus for the month of July with this Six of Swords? Okay, great. Have the Ace of Wands. Oh, my goodness, Taurus. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Aces are new beginnings. Very interesting. Can we please have another card for Taurus? Too many. So new inspiration with that Wands. Yeah, Strength, Death in reverse, and Knight of Swords. You'll be getting an epiphany this month. You'll be really understanding how to manage your mind, tame that part that is the animalistic part of us that wants to react and act out of defensiveness, that keeps you trapped. That's ending. You're going to see it, so that you can bring balance and harmony into your finances, your health, balance in your relationships. Okay, so what advice, Spirit, do you have for Taurus for July? Oh, nearly. Taurus for July. 2 aces are very, very positive. I think that's going to come towards the end of the month, probably in Leo season. That new start, that fresh new idea, opportunity. Have the 3 of Swords. So Taurus, this is, doing a lot of work on your mind. That you're setting yourself free from the fears, the anxieties, the worries that you've been having, healing your heart from the disappointments of the past, so that you can have a fresh new start, definitely for coming into Leo season. Really ending a time of struggle and imbalance in life, imbalance in relationships, imbalance in finances, finding your harmony. Okay. Is there any challenges that Taurus might have? Oh my goodness, That's hardly a challenge. You've got the sun as your challenge. Now let me tune into that, because that is a pretty good challenge to have. Page of Pentacles. So Taurus, this is the challenge. Allow yourself to feel vibrant and to have this fresh new start. Have faith in the optimism. Allow yourself to feel good. I think throughout this month, you're really changing on that fundamental level, how you're thinking, your anxieties, things that are out of balance, and you're going to be feeling really positive, really optimistic. And if you haven't been feeling that way because you've been through a lot, maybe in the recent past or your life, allow it in. You know, that's what Spirit wants you to know. Allow that vibrancy and that optimism and that hope in. Trust that the future is bright. Even when we look at the world events and, you know, which I don't recommend because it really, if we watch it too much, it lowers our frequency. Stay in your optimism. And I think this is on a very personal note. Stay positive, if you're feeling good, allow that good, to come in. Don't question it. Don't allow the worries to take it over. Because I think, this month you're going to be feeling really optimistic and positive, especially by the new moon in Leo, which is great. Wonderful. Okay, now let's get a animal spirit for you, Taurus. So is there an animal spirit that will be guiding Taurus through the month nearly? Okay, which animal spirit is guiding Taurus through the month of July? Okay, beautiful. Taurus, you have the hummingbird and miracles. So if hummingbirds are, something you're connected to already, that is a sign. But otherwise, the hummingbird for me is the brightness and the joy. Being, it says, you bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracles of happiness. And that's what I think with this. It's like, let the joy in that you'll be feeling this month. Allow miracles to come in to bring you whatever you need. And I think you're going to be feeling really good, Taurus. I think you're going to be seeing things really clearly, finding this balance, which will feel very supportive, really supportive. Now let's have a look at your moon and see what moon messages there are for you. Okay, you have new moon in Taurus. There you go, Taurus. There you are. New moon. So around the new moon in Leo, I think that's where this sunshine's going to come in. You'll get a shift, positive shift in your energy. Okay. What a beautiful month. Very interesting month. I'm going to call this reading Leaving an Old Mindset. I think that's going to have a really big effect on your life moving forward. So Taurus, that is your reading for the month of July. I hope that's given you insight and guidance for the month. If it has, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. It helps my channel more than you would know. Have a beautiful month. I'm sending you all of my love and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye.